Patreon member shout out. When the lights turning down, they don't know what they heard. Strike a match, play it loud, giving love to the world. We'll be raising our hands, shining up to the sky. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VIVi OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. I'm not in sweats and a t-shirt today. It's just I happened to get back from my friend Ty's award ceremony that he had, so I'm slightly dressed up. I had a suit jacket on, but had to get that off. So right now, I wanted to go over a couple of things about a lot of FUD I've been hearing and a lot of reasons why to get the NFTs, why reasons not to get the NFTs. Same thing with OMI, and same thing to be completely honest, I think Bitcoin right now has a lot more room to grow in the short term before OMI does. If I had at 1.3 Bitcoin, I had sold 2 of them to get OMI. At that time, OMI was around this price, maybe a little less. Bitcoin has gone up about 50% since I've sold it. OMI's gone up maybe 5%. So it would have behooved me to have kept Bitcoin and then bought OMI. Again, we can't sell at the top. We'll never be able to buy at the tippy bottom, at least not consistently. So for me, I'm 100% okay with what I did. And again, I still have a full Bitcoin. And I went over in a previous video that I could sell 2/3 of it, get 10 million OMI, and be at 100 million. And most likely, that's probably, in hindsight, again, in the future, I probably say, oh yeah, I probably should have done that. But right now, I don't think I want to, just because currently I am... the reason I bought 1 million OMI is because I had a $4,800 Pokemon card deal, and I'm about to do another 4,800 Pokemon card deal in another couple of days. So hopefully, definitely before the end of the month, but before in the next 7 to 10 days, I'll have another 1 million OMI. And why I'm doing that as opposed to getting more Bitcoin is because even though short term, yeah, Bitcoin can double, it can possibly even triple before the end of the year, being 120,000. But that being said, OMI, when it rises, and it will, again, this is just my opinion, it's not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, that is going to go to the heckin' moon. Why? Because we've had all these amazing, and I've said this in a lot of live streams before, big catalysts, such as having people like Andre Jick and Gary V and Crypto R Us not only mention it, pretty much for Crypto R Us, the guy that has 420,000 subscribers, not as much as Altcoin Daily, which has already said OMI is my homie, which has almost 1 million subscribers. But Crypto R Us basically mentions OMI in every single stream. Not because his streams are dedicated specifically to OMI or the Ecomi partnership, even though he's partnered with Ecomi. It's because people like you and me are the ones super chatting him saying, hey, when do you think OMI's going to get new exchanges? He said in his most recent video that, yeah, I think that will come soon because it is not easy to get the Marvel and DC partnerships. And Gary V, in his most recent video, has said, yeah, he didn't mention DC and Marvel specifically. He just said, out of all the people and companies that have licenses with all these companies, we still do not have Pokemon, Star Wars, or Disney NFTs. Now, that being said, obviously, Marvel is part of Disney, and Ecomi has Marvel confirmed. We've had our second Marvel drop today. I have that full set now currently. I wanted to get the ultra rare while there was still one being... I think there was still like 200 left at the time that I got my ultra rare at 115. Now it's about 133 because everyone has gotten theirs. So everyone that wanted one got one, and now a couple of people are selling because maybe they got 2 or 3, or they just don't like the set. And they just said, like, you know what? I spent a little, like couple $100. I'm going to get all my money back and then some, and then buy another set. Now, this set, this second Marvel set is the cheapest right now to get. You can get the whole set for under $200 easily. And outside of that, you might have Mermicorns, you might have the DeLoreans, you might have the Ghostbusters, the Ecto-1s, but the set that I am doing right now, and I know I said I'm going to do the Batman set, and that's going to be my next big purchase. My next big purchase will be that Batman set that is will cost under $5,000. And the reason why I want to get that as the next set, the next big set, is because it's the first set. It's the first set of the first season of the first series. That'll always be number one. That's the one that's going to be, I think, the most potential to grow. But I also currently, not only do I have 3 out of 4 of the Ultraman series, again, in season 1, I also have all of the Ultraman series in season 2, but again, it's in, I'm sorry, series 2 in season 1. The only thing that I don't have is a secret rare, which is 395. Let me go in. And again, I want all of these things to be historic. I don't know if anyone has completed a set that is currently, on video, but I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to buy it because it's only a couple $100. So I bought that. I've completed my set. I have about 660, almost 666. So everyone comment, whoa, down below for that 666. Also, everyone comment down below if you like Ellie Goulding for that, intro song. So currently I have 17 full sets, and the other one that I want to get is I want to get a second set of the Marvel of these guys, because there is a bunch of people saying that there's going to be a huge dip. Where again, I bought it at 115 for the ultra rare. Now it's at 140 minimum. I do believe this will go for a dip when the next drop is announced, whether it's going to be Thor, Iron Man, the Hulk. We could have She-Hulk. We could have Black Widow. We could get the girls in here. We could even have Jessica Jones would be really cool. So maybe we could have a whole Defenders drop, which would be, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones. Maybe throw the Punisher in there as the secret rare or what have you. That would be really fun. As far as OMI holdings go, and I've had a bunch of people say like, okay, well, listen, Floyd Mayweather had a big. He pushed a cryptocurrency and it flopped and he got sued. And okay, well, first of all, Floyd Mayweather can't even heckin' read. And a bunch of people have these really strong feelings. Somebody commented on one of my Reddit posts and saying like, yeah, listen, we have this, this, and this, and I just don't feel they have our best interests at heart because they promised a lot of exchanges by, May, end of May, June, July. We have one exchange that hasn't moved the price at all. That one exchange is one of the biggest exchanges in Asia that you're able to get, and I think a lot of in Europe as well. And the fact that it hasn't moved is just another reason why I'm so bullish, is because it is a catalyst that should have brought the token up a little bit, and it hasn't. Marvel announcement, it did go up a little bit, and then whether because whale manipulation or people selling the news, it went right back down. The first Marvel drop, Spider-Man, a little bit of a uptick, right back down. So this right now is so stupid undervalued, in my opinion. The fact that we have the VIVi and Ecomi is the first NFT market to be able to go and get about 100,000 NFTs sold in 15 minutes. Like as their drop, that is crazy. That is bananas. That is just outside. Like we're on a rocket to the moon, and right now, when you're in a rocket, the most energy that a rocket uses is the initial inertia to get out of the gravity of Earth. After that, it's pretty smooth sailing. So right now, we're using a lot of energy getting all these different types of licenses, all these different exchanges. That's going to be in the future. I don't know when it's going to moon. It will eventually, and I'm literally betting my retirement. I put in about $270,000, give or take, and I'm not done buying yet. At the end of when I'm done buying, if it stays the price that it is now, I will have put in about $300,000 because I want to get 100 million OMI. And I'm not somebody that has tens of millions of dollars where it's saying like, okay, well, smart investing, classic investing says don't put any more 5% of your net worth into any one thing. For me to do that at $300,000, times 20, I would have to have $6 million. I don't even have $1 million. Right now, my net worth is actually less than 500,000 between everything else. I just put it all into this because I know where this is going. I've done this before, whether it is, from Tesla, high risk lending, Pokemon, Bitcoin, and now this. There is not much else that I have left to sell. I have a couple Pokemon cards, I have some Bitcoin, and I have a Pokemon box thing. In my opinion, we are on a rocket to the moon, and we're in that inertia stage. Also, I have a vested interest because I'm one of the smaller faces of Ecomi. Obviously, you have bigger people like Cavell Anderson, you have Taps Trades, you have Hello K, that are specific OMI YouTubers. You have other people like Jake Gagon that does promote a lot of coins, not just OMI. So he's not a specific OMI, but he does mention it a lot. We haven't had the opportunity to do a interview yet. Maybe when I reach 100 million, he might grant me that. Obviously, Dan Lee's pretty big. His videos get a lot of views, and again, and everyone else. Why I know we're going to the moon is because I don't see, the Dan Lees and the Taps Trades of Terra Virtua or of Quid. The only other 2 times I have felt this type of familial, like we're all like, yes, we're in it together, was in the Tesla family and in the military. Those are the only other times where we felt like this brotherhood, like we're all in this together. Tesla, when everyone was dropping FUD, smart money was on Tesla. Like the people that could tell the future. It is a very bad experiment to take carbon out of the ground and put it into the atmosphere via internal combustion engines. We knew that as all of the investors and YouTubers of Tesla. We know that the future, why are these major, big, multi-billion-dollar companies all going to want to make NFTs instead of actual action figures? Because it costs a lot less to do so. You don't have to have insurance. One, you don't have to have a bunch of employees on an assembly line. You don't have to have the machinery for an assembly line. You don't have to have the insurance for the people that work on the assembly line. You don't have to have the truckers and the shippers and paying FedEx and UPS and the United States Postal Service and all that to be able to ship it out. You don't have to have any of that. You don't have lawsuits because, little Johnny, 3-year-old, decided to take the action figure apart and choke on it. You don't have that with NFTs. You don't have the fact that, again, collectors that whether they collect Funko Pops or Pokemon cards, they're PSA 10 professional sports authenticators. You could have something with a little bit of whitening. You could have something with a little bit of edgewear, something that's a little bit of off center. No 10 is the same, unless it's just a perfect Gem Mint 10 that would cross over to BGS. This is something where collectors would want it because it will stay in Gem Mint condition for all of time. That's why I have no issue putting most of my net worth into this, where again, I'm retired. If this goes up in flames, which I doubt it will, I have to go back to work. My whole lifestyle changes. I don't get to spend all the time I want with my girlfriend and her pets and everything like that. I have to go back to work. I have to stop making YouTube videos, at least as often as I do. This is stupid undervalued in my opinion. Go watch a Taps Trades video. By looking at him, you'll be like, oh wow, yeah, this is crazy. And again, Taps Trades is a kind of a day trader and an investor, but never a financial advisor, as he says. But I don't see this community. I have not felt this in, like I said, in a long time. And when I did feel it, it's again, people that knew what Tesla was, it wasn't even a question. This is still a question because people are like, it's not on OpenSea. It's going to get on OpenSea. It's like, all right, Gary Vee mentioned Star Wars, Pokemon, and Disney, which, again, we've worked with Marvel multiple times via Ultraman and the actual Marvel drops, and Disney owns them, and Disney also owns Star Wars. So there's a pretty good chance that we have Marvel and Disney, and because we have Alfred R. Kahn doing our licensing, who brought Pokemon to the US, we're pretty sure we have them. But again, for those of you, the people that say, hey, their feelings are hurt, well, it's a good thing your feelings aren't a heckin' priority. It's a good thing that I don't care about your feelings. It's a good thing that the team doesn't care about your feelings. The team, the Ecomi team, cares about the health and growth of the organization, of the VIVi app, of the OMI token. Who is the biggest holder of OMI? It's not, Mr. St. Clair over there that has, $10,000 invested in OMI. or 5,000 or a couple $100 or even 100,000 invested in OMI. The Ecomi team might give a nod out to Andre Jick, who spent $150,000 into it. They have liked and retweeted a couple of mine, and even though I spent over $250,000 into OMI, I don't even have 100 million OMI. They care about, I don't want them to sound selfish because they're not, but they care about OMI token because they are the biggest hodlers of OMI. They're the biggest ones, so they want OMI to go to the moon, and they want to do it in the healthiest way, which is not a huge spike. They want it to go slow but steady. Obviously, there are going to be peaks and valleys, but at the end of the day, they're in it for the long game. If you want something to moon overnight, most likely, for the most part, this won't be your coin. This will have at some point when it gets probably on Coinbase or KuCoin or Kraken or maybe Binance in the future when they announce Pokemon. Yeah, they're going to have that spike from right now to, a cent or 3 cents or again, if this happens to go on Reddit Wall Street bets and they get out of AMC and they get out of GameStop and they go to something that is the future, then and they decide on this could go to 5-10 cents. Like, it might not be until we have a game, it might not be until we have a metaverse, it might not be until that VIVi-verse drops. But either way, again, put money where your mouth is. The Ecomi team does not care. But now that they don't care about the feelings of the person that spent $500, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, even half $1,000,000 more than I have. They care about the long term because that's how you build a successful company, and they care about the original people that the people that worked for them before this started going to the moon. They care about obviously themselves, and they care about leaving a legacy. A lot of rich people get a really bad rep because people are like, oh, you're in the 1%, you only care about yourself. No, all of the rich people that I have had as clients, that I have worked for and that I have worked with, they only really want to pass on what they know. They want worthy successors. They want to leave a legacy. That is the founders, I think, to a T. They seem like really great people. I have watched, because again, I've put over $250,000, more than half of my net worth, into this company. I have watched almost every single interview. I have listened to all the AMAs. I am like Sauron in this business. Nothing happens. Whatever happens, I most likely see it. And because I have a very vested interest to know what's going on with this company. That's why I'm currently selling the rest of what I own to get more. Again, the goal is 100 million. If I get there, great. If it moons before I get there, no problem. I have 90 million. That's fine. This is a long video. I just wanted to explain my feelings. And again, they don't care about my feelings. Just where my head's at. If you guys are worried and you're letting the FUD get to you, saying like, okay, well, we had all this and not a lot of growth. Bruce Wayne said the night is... I'm sorry, not Bruce Wayne. It was Harvey Dent that said the night is darkest just before the dawn, and the dawn is coming. The moon of OMI will come. We don't know when. It probably won't be today. Probably won't be tomorrow. It might not even be next week. Maybe when we get on the Ethereum blockchain via Immutable X, that's when it will start. But it might not actually moon until December. But either way, I am buying right now because on the off chance that I am wrong, which I sometimes am, that it might start mooning end of August or early September. And if I had waited for, a few months to do that, I would not have gotten this growth. If I had listened to people at when it was 0.0025, so now it's going to go back down to 0.001. If I had listened to them, I would not have gotten in at as good a price point that I did. But I bought all the way down at every single floor, at every single level that it had. I'm going to continue buying. I will never sell Dashi for it. I might sell pretty much everything else, and Dashi might have to go on to a lower quality food. No more Blue Buffalo for you. You might not. No more Eukanuba or Iams. Might have to go down to Roy Rogers or whatever. Anyway, guys, I love you. That's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Wow, meow, wow.